Hello, all. Good evening. This is Kiran from Rewire by Automation. Uh, so, so far we have completed the prerequisite part required for the um, environment setup. We have completed the Node.js Android setup and its configuration and the emulator creation, and now we have entered into the Appium ecosystem. So this is our real subject that we are going to configure now. Okay. So to begin with, so here 2.x. Okay. So 2 dot as I have given my inputs in the intro session. Appium came with a lot of features in its server component. So we are going to mainly focus on that component. And before that one, we need to understand how to configure the host system. And again, when you are working on any kind of mobile cloud solution, the corporate environment, you don't to worry about configuration of this Appium itself, because this will be taken care by the solution cloud solution provider. Okay, so let's jump into the our subject. Yeah, so this is ecosystem. Appium, the development forum, who is the team that developed this solution. You know, they were, mentioning about the ecosystem. So when we are pointing out Appium ecosystem, only four things comes in our mind. One is the drivers, the clients, inspector, and plugins. Okay. So these are the four the components that we have to always keep in our mind whenever we are talking about Appium, Appium ecosystem. Okay, so what exactly are these drivers, clients, and Appium inspector and plugins that we are going to cover in the upcoming sessions. But in the setup playlist, I'm going to touch upon drivers installation, clients installation, Appium inspector, and this will be covered in the build playlist. Okay, so for now, automation readiness, these two we need to look at it. Okay, so moving on, when I say, for example, mm, driver part mainly iOS and Android that we need to that we are regularly working on the apps, right? So for Android, we call it as a UI automated true, and for iOS we call it as XUI test driver. Okay, so these are the two drivers which facilitates the operations to simulate the actions on the Appium side, along with the client methods. So if you are experienced in the Selenium side, similar kind of languages that support even Appium itself. So these are the four languages that I am looking at. So there are additional languages also that support, but let's now Java, Python, C Sharp, and JavaScript. They are the four major pillars that support Appium. And now more mainly we are focusing on 2.x. So as I told you in the intro session, this 2.x version released in the month of July 23, and they spent about 3.5 years to make this as official to the open source forum. Okay, there was tremendous effort went upon into this particular component to make more seamless, sophisticated, and expandable, and more scalable to all the environments. And we can develop our own drivers, and we can associate with the to.x, and we can release to the open source forum, and everybody can use it. And even in the plugins, if you are such passionate about developing of software programs which are going to be a part of the end-to-end automation site, you may integrate with the expand the Appium capabilities. Okay, so that's about it is Appium 2.x that we are going to now how we configure this one that we are going to see. Okay, so as I told you, so this is the part that Appium server, that server means I'm talking about Appium server, client means driver that comes in our mind, and readiness. See, so all these components, because these are the open source components, and individually we are configuring, installing that. At the end, as a solution point of view, we have to ensure that one whether the environment is ready or not. If not, then we have to make it, because for each purpose there is a separate component. So that component has to be ready. Then only it will become a end-to-end solution like a commercial one. Okay, so here we have a Appium inspector for the inspecting the mobile apps element, that also we are going to see. Okay, so moving ahead, let's talk about the now Appium server, what exactly it is. Okay, so in my system I have already installed the Appium. Now I'm just going to walk through the screenshots that we are going to see. Uh, So this is the command. Earlier it was the location global Appium, or you can give it, or else npm i-g Appium you can give it. So it will install the Appium for any of the users. Suppose in your system if you are logging different users, so that component is available for all the users. Okay, so this is the command that you need to use for npm i-g Appium. Once it is started, you will be prompted with this kind of on the screen that uh, installing in the system. Okay, once it is completed, it will give you this kind of message saying that one so and so package is added into the so and so seconds. Okay, so once that is there, then you will have to ensure that one like Java or Python, or once you are installing, you will just see the what is the version, whether that is okay. So you'll come to know this one, because here also in order to have a Appium, see here in this server the utility that the server itself came up with the command line utility. Earlier it was not there. Okay, earlier the Appium inspector itself is combination of the server and inspector. Now they have, in this version, they have separated Appium inspector and the server as two separate components, and then they have expanded the features into the server side. So one of the features is to have a command line capability. Okay, earlier we do not have this kind of the capability, but by default it comes with command line capability. You can run, you can install drivers, you can install clients, you can manage whatever you want, like as you do using the npm command lines. Okay, so that's the version. You don't need to do anything automatically. It will take care the path configuration. Okay, so that is about, and this is about the uninstallation. Suppose some errors occurs and it is not giving as intended functionality. In such case, first uninstall, clean everything, and then you can install it. npm-g uninstall Appium. So this command you need to use. Okay. And okay, next we have seen about this one, how the how what is the command for the installation. But next here I'll show you uh, how to start the Appium server and how to stop that one. So this is the command to start the Appium. You need to give the Appium, or you need to give the Appium space server also, you can give it. So in order to stop that one, you can see the control C, you can give it so that it will stop the particular the process. Okay. So you can open command prompt. Okay. If you give here Appium, see here. So the version is 2.3.0. This is the latest version that we have in the forum today. And by default, the server will be connected to the local host, that is uh, 127.0.0.1.4723. This is the port number. By default, it will be connected. Okay. In case, in our system, this port is engaged and it will throw an error. And you have to start this Appium server using this specific port as well. That I will show you in the, build the playlist. For now, you can install and configure Appium as a default local host with the default local host port number and available drivers. So this is the driver since I've been working on Android automation side. So I have only one is installed, that is UI Automator 2. 2.37.37.0 is the version number. Okay, and at the moment I do not have any plugins installed into this one. Suppose in order to stop this one, you just give the control C so that the process will be stopped. For example, another, okay, you can give Appium server. This I'm going to show in the build playlist with few other commands. Okay, so now we are set and Appium is installed and properly configured, and you are able to launch the Appium server as well. Okay. That's all, team. That's all, everyone. In this particular session, and thanks for watching this video. And I'll catch you in the next session. Bye.